Tennessee, a state nestled in the southeastern region of the United States, is often celebrated for its breathtaking landscapes, marked by an abundance of majestic mountains and rolling hills. This picturesque state is renowned for being the cradle of country music, a genre that has shaped the cultural identity of America. But beyond its melodic tunes and scenic beauty, Tennessee harbors a deep and complex history. However, what might come as a surprise to many is that this state, known as the birthplace of numerous significant historical figures, also carries a darker side, a side that few might ever imagine. If you're curious about the shadowy aspects of Tennessee, stay tuned, because this video is about to reveal them. The first shadowy aspect of Tennessee we'll uncover is that it's home to one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. This city is Memphis, a place celebrated for its rich cultural heritage and its profound influence on music history, particularly with genres like blues and soul. Yet, behind the facade of its musical fame and cultural significance, Memphis holds a reputation that is far less glamorous. According to crime and violence statistics, Memphis stands out as one of the most dangerous cities in the country. In 2019, FBI data revealed that Memphis had an alarming violent crime rate of 2,003.32 incidents per 100,000 residents, an exceptionally high figure by any standard. But the grim statistics don't stop there. Property crime is also rampant in Memphis, with a staggering 6,297.83 incidents per 100,000 residents, placing it among the top 3 cities in the U.S. for property crime. To put it into perspective, the crime rate in Memphis is more than 3 times the national average, both for violent crime and property crime. When it comes to homicides, the situation is even more concerning. In 2020 alone, Memphis recorded 334 homicides, marking a shocking 74.8% increase from the previous year and setting a grim record for the city. This brought the homicide rate to an astonishing 52.44 per 100,000 residents, making Memphis one of the cities with the highest murder rates in the country. Independent YouTuber Tyler Oliveira conducted an investigation that highlighted just how dangerous Memphis can be. His findings revealed that some residents had even sustained multiple gunshot wounds over a certain period, underscoring the perilous reality of life in this city. While Memphis may be infamous for its rich musical history and high crime rates, Nashville, another major city in Tennessee, faces its own set of challenges. Known globally as the country music capital of the world, Nashville might seem like an ideal place to live, but the reality is far from perfect. For many low-income adults in Nashville, the dream of affordable housing is becoming increasingly out of reach. As the city experiences rapid growth, homelessness has surged to alarming levels. Between 2022 and 2023, Nashville saw an 11% increase in its homeless population, a stark reminder of the ongoing housing crisis. Nashville's expansion has created an unusual situation where the city's growth is outpacing its ability to provide affordable housing. For example, in 2018, the city had 5,723 public housing units available for rent. However, these units were almost always fully occupied, with a staggering 98% occupancy rate. This statistic underscores the severe shortage of affordable housing options in the city. The housing shortage is exacerbated by the continuous rise in rental prices, making it increasingly difficult for low-income individuals to secure housing. In response to this crisis, both the government and private developers have stepped in, setting aside a portion of units under the Section 8 program, a federal assistance program aimed at providing affordable housing to those in need. However, this solution comes with its own set of challenges. The Section 8 program in Nashville offers a limited number of housing vouchers, which means that many eligible individuals face long waiting periods before they can secure a home. Take, for instance, Terry Atkins, a 60-year-old homeless woman who sells newspapers in Nashville. Terry qualified for a Section 8 housing voucher, but securing a place to live was not immediate. She was placed on a waiting list for anywhere between 6 months to a year before she could finally move into an affordable home. Tennessee, like many parts of the United States, has a long and complex history when it comes to racial issues and extremism. This history is deeply intertwined with the origins of one of the most infamous hate groups in America, the Ku Klux Klan, which was founded in Tennessee in 1866. Originally established as a social club by Confederate veterans in Pulaski, Tennessee, the KKK quickly transformed into something far more sinister. What began as a fraternal organization soon evolved into a violent group committed to terrorizing African Americans and opposing the post-Civil War Reconstruction efforts aimed at granting newly freed slaves their rights. The Klan became notorious for its brutal methods, including lynching, assault, and intimidation, targeting not only African Americans, but also white allies who supported civil rights. Between 1867 and 1868, the Klan's violent campaign intensified across middle and western Tennessee, particularly in counties like Giles, Humphreys, and Dyer. The group unleashed a wave of terror, attacking black citizens and those who dared to stand up for their civil rights. This period marked one of the darkest chapters in Tennessee's history, as the Klan sought to maintain white supremacy through fear and violence. In response to the escalating violence, Tennessee's Governor William G. Brownlow took decisive action. He enacted legislation to combat the Klan's brutality and imposed martial law in several counties to quell the Klan's reign of terror. This pressure significantly weakened the Klan, and in 1869, Nathan Bedford Forrest, the Klan's first Grand Wizard, ordered the dissolution of the group's original incarnation, urging members to destroy their robes and disband. However, the Klan's influence was far from eradicated. Nearly 50 years later, in 1915, the KKK was revived atop Stone Mountain in Georgia and quickly spread its hateful ideology back to Tennessee. This resurgence was fueled by widespread economic anxiety among white Americans who felt threatened by the increasing presence of African Americans and immigrants in the workforce. The Klan's membership swelled during the 1920s, but it began to decline sharply during the Great Depression, leading to its national disbandment in 1944. Yet, the legacy of the KKK's hate endures. The spirit of the Klan has persisted in Tennessee and across the South, manifesting in various forms of racial violence and extremism. In recent decades, this hatred has surfaced in acts like the arson attacks on African American churches in the South and the horrific 2015 shooting at a church in Charleston, South Carolina, by white supremacist Dylan Roof. Beyond the significant social, political, and economic upheavals, Tennessee also faces a formidable challenge from the forces of nature. While this state is celebrated for its stunning landscapes, it is also plagued by extreme weather conditions that often result in devastating floods. The combination of high rainfall, severe storms, and unique geographic features makes Tennessee particularly susceptible to flooding. One of the most catastrophic floods in Tennessee's history occurred in 1937. This event was part of a larger disaster that affected the entire Ohio River Valley and its tributaries, including communities across Tennessee. The flood was triggered by an extraordinary amount of rainfall, which led to widespread devastation. Thousands of residents were forced to evacuate, and the floodwaters caused extensive property damage throughout the region, leaving a lasting impact on the affected communities. Fast forward to the next century, and Tennessee continued to experience significant flooding events. On May 1st, 2010, a relentless downpour struck Nashville, leading to one of the most historic floods the city had ever seen. The Cumberland River swelled to levels not witnessed in over 80 years, submerging homes, businesses, and even iconic landmarks like the Grand Ole Opry. The devastation was immense, with the flood causing over $2 billion in damage, displacing thousands, and tragically taking several lives. Then, in 2021, heavy rains once again brought destruction to Middle Tennessee, including Nashville. This mid-year flood led to significant loss of life, severe property damage, and widespread evacuations. The repeated flooding events in Tennessee highlight the state's ongoing struggle with extreme weather and the severe impact it can have on its residents and infrastructure. In addition to natural disasters, Tennessee faces another persistent problem: traffic congestion. Major cities like Memphis, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and particularly the Metro Nashville area are notorious for severe traffic jams, especially during rush hours. The state's traffic woes are exacerbated by the heavy flow of semi-trailer trucks traveling through Tennessee, as it serves as a crucial transit corridor from the West Coast to the East Coast and from Florida to the northern states. During peak travel seasons, such as summer, fall, and holiday periods, traffic issues worsen in East Tennessee, particularly in the small towns of Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. These towns are gateways to the Great Smoky Mountain in Musdanians National Park, the most visited national park in the United States. As a result, they often experience frustrating traffic snarls as tourists flock to the area, adding to the already significant congestion challenges.